Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy New Year, by the way. Sorry for the lack of, oh, hold on. Task Manager, what are you doing to me? Lack of, Spiral Knights videos. Been pursuing other things that it was absolutely crunch time as far as the C.S. Lewis Institute went, so I've been, this guy is a very beautiful matching outfit, by the way. I've been, and I want to play Catacomb Kids more, and Destiny 2 is kind of fun too, but I don't know, that game kind of is a little bit shallow. I like the storyline, honestly, it's probably the best part of it. But the mechanics themselves, I don't know. I'll just, once in a while I'll play it. If I feel like playing an unthinking game, so that's kind of what I'll go to. This one too, honestly, sort of, except I get to think and talk and play. Think while I play. Yeah, the muscle memory and the mechanics. I played this game so much. It is awesome, and I won't ever stop probably till the end of time, but is my computer actually loading faster than someone else's? You are a beautiful human being. Look at you. Anyway. So, we need cash and radiance. More specifically, we need radiance, so I just got my simple vanaduke loadout. Not really, pursuing anything extreme here. We just want to make stuff happen. Like the Captain and Captain Crunch. Out my face. Yeah, did you see that? I dodged something. I impress myself. Except for when I do stuff like that I do not. Yeah, dude, Catacomb Kids is like, that's a thinking game for me. I literally will spend a lot of time just like, what do we do here? And then die horribly. Because that game is ridiculously unforgiving. Then I have to kind of gauge what my computer can handle anyway. I've also kind of resorted to playing the video gaming. I gotta look at this stuff here. Oh, okay, I know what that is. My own reading music in the background as opposed to the general, especially the Catacomb Kids soundtrack. It's not very good. Reminds me of like I don't know, like especially the intro song. It's Binding of Isaac style when it comes to a little pretty depressing. So I don't oh, you. I did it. I don't really the thing about video game music is it's supposed to be two things, right? It's supposed to be motivational and not distracting. That's a combination that is hard to pursue, in all honesty. Blah blah. Okay, well, we might die here. Just kidding. Should not die here. That sounds better. The loadout I have is I mean, it's quite simple, right? Oh, come on, buddy. Let's go get these hearts so we don't get one-shotted. I want to get the Blitz Needle. And I want to make a, thankfully, I want to make a, the Acheron. I think those are my first two. So, in the pursuit of greatness. Thank you. This is just about the worst. Freaking John Wick soundtrack coming from left field. Get in there. Wait, no. Alright. I'm trying, buddy. Alright, that was the probably the messiest totem switch you've ever seen. Oh, it's Voofy. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I have not been playing on the Discord channel lately. I get the most notifications there because I'm signed up for like everything from lockdown to free shadow layers, but I still have yet to play one of the shadow layers. That's a time constraint, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh no! Dude, if you're looking for a how-to video, do not come to me for anything. I might have a slight advantage in Catacomb Kids and maybe a little bit of lockdown, but that's about it, buddy. Not a whole lot besides that. The game Smash Brothers Melee. I'm outdated though. I have like 2006 skills, so it's like 12 years old. We've done it. Don't stand right in front of the spike, brain. We can do this. Yeah. Thankfully, we have Sylph the Gamer. to carry us when we fall, which probably will happen. Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about my New Year's Eve. And Christmas I kind of discussed here and there. But New Year's Eve was quite interesting. We played the telescopy. I forget the name of the game. So the game works per our New Year's party. You get a picture, something. Sorry, you get a topic. You talk about the topic, or you draw the topic, and then when you're done drawing the topic, you give the picture to somebody else to your left. Then they draw a word based on what you have drawn, and then then they pass it to the next person. And the next person takes the word they drew, and they drew a picture on it. Dude, this game had my face hurting, so I was laughing so hard. We discovered things about anatomy we have never dreamed about before. A little toe stepping in the fire, which is just horrible. Like, apparently, the parts that define a female are actually above their shoulders. Parts that define a rooster are actually near their tail. Oh, please. Oh, no. Don't embarrass yourself too hard. You know, it was a learning experience for multiple reasons. Just don't die to the fire, man. Come on, it's right there. Sylve the Hay? Yeah, we know his name now. So we had that part, but the clincher, things always happen in threes, right? So my one car had a catalytic leak. Try not to, it hasn't been inspected. We have to get cars inspected here in America, well, depending upon the state, to make sure they pass emissions tests and a whole bunch of other stuff. So my car does, it failed. Catalytic leak. They said it would cost like $2,000 to repair the whole thing. That is a bit beyond where we are right now as a family. And so, the other car, my wife's, the alternator blew. So we at about 2 a.m. when we were driving home from our New Year's party. I was not drinking. I was quite sober. And it was like 30 degrees. See you later, cat. It's like 30 degrees. We got to walk home. It was only 5 miles from our house, but we got to walk in the cold at 2 a.m. Just me and my wife. And it was actually probably the best time for that to happen. We didn't have any kids with us. It was nighttime. It was not raining. There was no traffic out. I mean, honestly, we had some, it was a great bonding time. Even though we didn't say a whole lot, we started planning, okay, we have both cars down. What are we going to do? We both have jobs we have to get to. We have kids we got to drive around to school. We got to eat. So how are we going to do, this? With like, what are we going to not pay so we can pay for this later? It was a neat kind of planning. And then it turns out there's light at the end of this tunnel. That my father-in-law actually knows how to replace all this stuff. So he replaced our alternator. Am I the only guy that always goes left here? He replaced the alternator for us like that day because he has hookups. His forte is auto glass repair. Quite specific. I mean, I kind of need a STEM kind of skill like that myself. I have I guess personal, because I told him I would love to trade my skill set for his. Mine is obviously like not a video game. It's like martial arts and apologetics. That's what I got going for me. Oh, jeez. So obviously, I mean, philosophy is all well and good. You know the difference between a philosophy major and a cheese pizza. Cheese pizza can feed a family of 4. Hey! So, you know, philosophy only gets you so far as where I'm going at with that. Why don't we even come down here? Is this really necessary? 1, 2, 3. I guess we have to do 6, so it sort of is. I don't know. We do things sometimes without questioning them. You got an unexamined life. Is that worth living? That's a question. For our time and for the next. Please. Yeah, we dodged the bullet. There we go. So anyway, I'm gonna. Hopefully, excuse me. Oh, Java being jumped around. Java not like sudden movement. Does this hit you? Sure does. Well, I did take a hit. That's okay. I think this will kill you. Beautiful. So anyway, he said he hurt his back at one point and he had a hernia. It was, this is quite sad music. Let's go on to the next one. The Child of Light soundtrack is very deep. It's kind of where we are right now. I took it off mix. That's better. I took it off the mix mode because I wanted to make sure I hit up like every song on the way without repeating like the same ones over and over again. Just kind of gets, you know, it gets a little redundant. Yeah, I heard this one before. And, you know, all these songs I get on my soundtrack, in case you were curious, are from, besides this one, actually like 3 others. So I got the John Wick soundtrack on here. I have Bastion, because Bastion's amazing. I think I have Bastion. I got, what else is there? Oh, this is Child of Light, obviously, in case you were questioning. But see, it's the whole motivational without distracting concept. So the pipe organs for Vanaduke, they only get me so motivated, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I can't wait to play Vanaduke for the 10th time today as I'm farming and listen to that jamming pipe organ. I mean, how many people honestly do that? I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm just like not with the times. And you know, 64-bit pipe organ is just what the freaking kids listen to. You know, I can be out of my element. I'll examine that. I have not really pursued. So I listen. I turn the radio on, right? Pardon me. Listening to potential new music, and I turn on the rock station specifically, and I hear the same songs I've been listening to since high school. But I guess that kind of generation where everybody listened to or talked about the same things, it's kind of is going by the wayside. The internet allows you to branch off into your own specific universe to almost to a ridiculous fault. Please. This is where we this month's study in the CSOS Institute is all about sanctification, justification. So I just wrote my paper. My neurons are firing philosophy and theology. So I got the you know, the one of the things that defines a Christian based on anybody else is your ability, or rather your choice, because it's the only faith that is a faith that you cannot work to attain. Your choice is to believe what God has done for you, because you cannot kick down the doors of heaven and get there yourself. That's just, how do you do that? Help me out. Like it's just not something you do. You believe what God did for you, and you go from there. I guess we'll get rid of this. I do want the bills because they're not very good. Just throw them off into the ether. You imagine whoever's down here, they're just hanging out, and then suddenly, like, a freezing potion, which is the antithesis of their being, just lobs on their head, like, the devils, they curse my exit. I don't know. But anyway, you take man out of, this is one of the main talking points of my own paper. We have to write papers for this stuff, too. This is stuff we choose to do, right? A lot of people look forward to the day where they don't have to, invest themselves in schools of thought and do work outside of, you know, what they have to. What kind of weirdo am I? I'm pursuing this goodness, or this, you know, this type of exam in life. Excuse me, I doubt your ability to see me. Thank you for opening that for me, though. We're just listening to the same song. Oh my gosh, this thing. I was hoping we get it. It's okay. Oh, okay, good. Are we stuck? What happened? Oh, okay, we went back in. Got it. Anyway, so taking man out of the centerfold. So if you're on a ship, right, and you're sailing toward a destination, where are you going? The point of the existence, like, and when you go back to the whole garden, and the garden and the choice Adam and Eve made, it's the opposite of what Christ said when he said, "Thy will be done and not mine." Well, Adam said, "My will be done and not thine," because he decided to take what God said. The only defining rule that God had is don't eat this fruit. That's it. So because of that, Moses made 613 laws, and, you know, Micah made, eventually got down to like 5, and then Jesus didn't even take it down to 1. He got it down to 2, which is quite interesting, because you have to value your fellow man to make the journey not of your own purpose. That's like your physical representation, the manifestation of the image of God. Oh, the graphics are just feeling so good. Of the image of God on this on this material plane. You take yourself, your own personal pursuits, the pursuits of the flesh. You take that purpose out of your existence, and you try to define yourself based on how God made you. And if something transcendent defines you, and you pursue that transcendence, like it's something you want to do, even though you can't define you. Like, I want to choose my own life. But if you harp on and you try to, change your mindset that this being who has created you wants the best for you, and to deny that is to deny purpose, because goodness itself is some part of purpose. I thought I was gonna hit those flames there for a second. But you gotta, like, ultimate purpose. I mean, it's hard to have man define everything. Man with a capital M, right? Did we not pick this up? I guess we did not. We're geniuses, and that's just how we do things. Well, can we get off the Child of Light for a minute? The somber piano music. It's not bad. There's some Bioshocks. Variations on a Lost Soul. Man, we went from somber to sad. I don't even know which Bioshock game this is. Sometimes I'll just go to the OC Remix YouTube channel, click on random, and if I hear a good song while I'm doing studies or reading or whatnot, I'll just, like, save and download. You gotta be intentional with your choice. Anyway, down we go. Let's go, buddy. Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell me the lesson I should learn. Money. Sounds good. Mercy. But anyway, that's been the story. The breaking down of the car, and then suddenly my father-in-law can replace everything, fix everything after praying about it. Prayer is huge, by the way, but I kind of throw my apologetics out here first. That's not saying I'm sorry. It's giving you reason for what I believe. But I keep, prayer life. That's a different step. Like, I've seen prayer work so often in my life, and I can give you the example of that. But I like giving the transcendent perspective first. I just watched Sam Harris debate with another gentleman who basically correlates the whole biblical Judeo-Christian perspective, taking out the metaphysical terms, and said, you just said what Christianity says, except you say we can do this without God, but without appealing to a transcendent perspective, you kind of take out any reason why we should do this over anything else. In so many words, the guy went on for like 10-15 minutes, basically, putting his reasons out there as to why. I just didn't like 5. His argument was much better, more well thought out. Oop. Okay. I think than my own. I don't have multiple doctorates like some of these guys do. I think Sam Harris himself is a neurologist. He wrote this book called The Moral Landscape, which I have read. I give atheists a fair shake. I do read what they have. It's just not, for me, it's not, there's no substance to it above opinion. When you get to the transcendent, that's when you start going, excuse me, thank you, start going beyond opinion. You start going toward truth, right? Truth, regardless of how you feel, truth should be your ultimate goal. It's only when you have a predetermined bias, you decide to go where the evidence does not lead you, that's when you have issue. This is honestly what defines when I record in the morning to when I record in the evening, because I'm full of theology in the morning. Daily scripture readings, boys. Does have an effect, okay. That was totally in the wrong direction. Oh no! Do you see how I just manned up and took that? Did not, like, when you think you get hit by a sword that big, you would have some kind of physical, like, you'd collapse. Oh no! Man's built to collapse. That's bad. Well, I would argue that I did dash, but there we go again. Regardless of how I feel, what actually happened. I've done those arguments when I was younger. I don't care which way we go, man. I like going this way, but I don't care. So I thought he was gone because my arrow was over him. I know everybody tells me, well, not everybody tells me, but I think one of the general consensi, oh no, so sorry, I'll try that again. Consensus is that the other way maybe pays a little bit more, I'm not sure. Dude, today is just sad theme music day. Let's ring in the year 2020 with a bunch of sad, somber Spiral Nights. Please don't. Hey. Oh. I mean, there's not a whole lot to this mechanism of the vanaduke. It'd be neat if we had another ultimate that we would pursue in this game, right? So, another boss on tier 3. Gaga! You can sneak in there. I got faith in you. Oh, okay. Oh no! It's completely my fault. Now we have the, what do we got? We got 2 for level 2, right? We have the so tier 1 you have the Snarlax. Tier 2 you have the Romulus twins. And and the Slime King. And then tier 3 you got Vanna. And then of course, you know, tier 4. If you want to consider it that, you have the shadow layers. Go get him, Mike. Mike, you will almost forever be my hero. Almost forever. What's this music from? It's not Strange Life, it's something else. Oh no, it's like Bloodborne. Holy crap, I was off. I've seen that game you played. Honestly, I've not played it though. It's one of the benefits about, like, even though there's so many games coming out, I try to oh no, don't die, Sylv. I try to express to other people who do not pursue the whole let's play gaming thing that, you know, there are people out there that play games so you can at least see them, you know, see what's going on with them. There's so many games, there's no way I'll have time to play them all. My friend is building up his fighting game library. So, but I'm still kind of in my doubts. Because I'm like, I don't know, how many fighting games, how many versions of Dead or Alive do you need, man? I mean, are you really going to play them all? Who's going to play them with you? You beat me in every fighting game I know. Are we going to wait till we're 60 and then do it again? You'll give me a heart attack, and I don't want to die from losing a fighting game. Get frustrated playing with something I don't want to play, so I don't know. That's me questioning his purpose, right? And good for him if he wants to have that be his hobby. Okay, when you go to ultimate purpose and stuff like that, you got to be careful that you don't define your entire existence and like have you eliminate your own pleasures. And oh, that was just the perfect hit to make him hit me. Yeah, you got to be careful. I just knocked him in the ceiling. Don't have your like, just because we are to deny our own sinful ways in this life does not mean we deny all forms of pleasure and pursuit. Now, don't get this confused with the prosperity preaching gospel. That is pretty much defined by, let's say, long song, by the way. Holy crap, yeah, it is. Yeah. It's like 6 minutes long. I can't deal with it. Oh no. We're alive. This is Cave Story. There we go. We're getting to some new next-gen hype. It's on my to-do list to finish that game at least one more time. I never got the super good ending. I mean, you gotta look. I remember looking up for, like, let's say Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo, looking up how to beat that game. It's like you get to beat it under 2 hours. Like, holy crap! It took me like 3 runs to learn how to do that. And you just gotta go. But that, again, that's the whole, even the gaming community, we had at some point some shared values where everybody, or at least your friends, got Super Nintendo. There were only like 6 really good games, so you'd play those 6 games. You know, they don't take too long to play. That's a shared value system. That's on par, maybe not 100% on par, but it is on par with. Whoop, that was a nice jump. it is on par with you know, these shared social structure that people can enjoy throughout their pursuit in life. You know, you have commonalities. You've journeyed the journey together. You know, even though we both Final Fantasy VII, right, was a solo singular game. Dude, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do Vanna. I'm gonna leave for work soon. We might actually go up for the end of this, and I apologize in advance. I only get so much time. That's also a reason why I'm not a professional YouTube commentator. I'm only semi-pro. I just sit here swimming in the you know, minor leagues, I guess. I never really did channel promotion. I tried playing a whole bunch of games thinking people would just block. I didn't even think that. I was just, I feel like playing this game. Let's just play it for a bit. But I keep coming back to this one. It just feels good to play. I'm half rewriting it, so we might just do the floor though, because it's like, I gotta... I'm tempted, maybe I just don't want to do this floor. We'll see what I don't do that. You know how to play this game. You've done a vanaduke once in a while. I've probably done it maybe 100 times in my lifetime. The course of multiple years of mild bouts of success in the game, including like 3 character deletions. No, two. I only deleted Blue Flood, the Germ, and then I got Pass Under, which I renamed to this dude. Thank you, Mr. Soul. Yeah. Chop, chop, chop. Or one of the best parts about New Year's was for me, it was the food. I do intermittent fasting on a daily basis, and so so I eat 1 meal a day. When you only pardon me, when you only subject yourself to one form of consumption or one time of consumption a day, you tend to enjoy. This is where something that is rare is more sacred and more valued than something that is not. Right? This is why a authentic copy of an expensive piece of art is worth more value than a forgery, because it's unique. You can make a forgery whenever, but something that is unique only existed at one point in time. He has, is that a Callahan? Or is that an Iron Slug? It's been a while. There's freaking fireworks going off all over the place. It's 4th of July. Alright, here we go. And he's got a shiv. This guy lives in 2012. Which is okay. This is Chrono Cross. I played Chrono Cross like 10 times, but the game is relatively short. It only takes you like 6 hours to beat, maybe. The thing about Chrono Cross was... Here you go, lesson in retro games. The thing about Chrono Cross is... You got to play like 20 characters, and if you beat it like the second time, you got a different ending. Very nice game. Whoop, you know, get in there. Yeah. So anyway, I got to. That was when the concept of multiple endings it was not a thing. Now every game is multiple. It's like a standard and a staple. The quality of games as an interactive story has gone way up. I mean, that kind of, I mean, so you have the shared value system, right, which is worthy in itself. The whole social structure thing I was talking about earlier. And then you have, you know, what happens when you don't have shared values. You tend to go toward more of an appeal. Toward the things that kind of give us commonalities. I could probably go. Oh, thank you so much. I did it. We got this, Sil. Oop. Yep, this way. Oh no, my toesies. Oh, that was almost a mistake. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Look at this speed running thing we're doing. I was hoping we'd get done with Van in a half hour. What was I thinking? Going this way. Yaja! Yaja! Oh, please let go. If you let go of the button during a frame spike, it doesn't think you let go of the button. If you repress it. That was my fallacy right there. I kind of want to play Chrono Cross again. That was one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. Again, letting go of the button. I just want to charge right away. Oh, that's all. Got this, buddy. I'm always the guy that stays down here. I mean, maybe it's because I don't have the a blitz. I don't think I've ever had a blitz in my lifetime. Might have only had a straight. Oh no, you know what? I had a plague needle before. Have I lived a deprived life? It's kind of like not having an iPhone. I never had an iPhone either. I've had an iPad. No. I had an iPod. There we go. The other P. The IP. Or a cat. That's amazing. Ooh, you see that sidestep? Going over here. Please let go of the button. Yeah. These skeletons are so easy mode compared to Catacomb Kids. Dude, I'm just about hooked to that game. A game's like Dark Souls quality hard. Random every time. I want to get good at it because, you know, things with high skill. Oh no! Things with high skill caps. They're worthy pursuits, right? I'm trying. I need to get beautiful. See that teamwork? The teamwork with the dream work. We got time to do Vanna. Who needs a shower, right? Not this guy. I work in a warehouse without. You only need to shower like once a week in a warehouse. Hygiene. Get out of here. Never mind that it had more of an effect to eliminate disease and plagues than any vaccine ever known to man. Hygiene. Anyway, this is going to be one of the most peaceful vanaduke fights I think we've ever had. And do you know what? I've seen at least 6 radiants make that 9 radiants. So this is not an empty run void of meaning. Just kidding about the shower thing, by the way. It's gonna happen. I have a, luckily in the lead position, my schedule is fairly flexible. For my job, right? I have a vacation. So the thing about it, like most huge companies, like to the point where you have to make policies because you can't trust your people beneath you to manage the people below them. You come up with these things, like there's like cutoffs, like, you know, 6 minutes after this you get a half a point. And if you don't arrive by like 3 hours into the shift, you get like a full point. Then you get 8 points and you get your final written, and that, you know, every company roughly has policies like this. Ours is not yet. You work your 8 hours. We allow a little flexibility, and I kind of like that because the whole live and die by the book thing, that's a highly socialistic mentality. Socialism only works if you have love in the mix, straight up. So what that means is, excuse me, love assumes relationship. Like, if you have a relationship with people, oh no, then socialistic systems work. For example, I work a lot. My 3-year-old does not. I give her a lot of the benefits without her having to pay for it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I got this straight needle power. Here we go. We get 2 charges off, I think. Did you see that professional work? I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. This guy is, like, old school. That did not work at all. Why is he aiming at me? I got the tiny needle, and he shot you like 3 times. It's because I picked up the water, isn't it? Dude, sometimes the choices we make in this life, they're not the best. Oh, I'm sorry, Sylv. Alright, here we go. Coming. Okay, we got it. So far, so good. Oh, we didn't do it that time. Sorry, Sylph. Maybe I could have done it. I'm not sure. Beautiful. Dude, this is so much easier if you don't, like, switch shoot. There's got to be a way to do this guy's swords only, right? It's just extremely difficult. That was one heck of a curved fire. Can you let go of the button there, buddy? And now we're going to jump over here. We're going to hit number 5. Throw some water at him. Oh, no. Don't stay in there. 5 again, so we get curb stomped. Pop some pills. We got plans. Well, okay. Then we get hit by a bus as we walk across the street. Yeah, dude, he had a double kill. Vanaduke has hit the next level. Maybe I shouldn't stand here. Is he dead? No. He's getting there, though. We're all, Ooh. Ooh. We're all mortal here, even yourself, Vanna. Actually, you kind of fit the pantheistic theme as you've been killed. You get killed like hundreds of times a day by everybody in the Spiral Knights world. Still Chrono Cross, by the way, as far as music goes. But hey, we did it in sort of record time. 3 tokens, we did it. We're amazing. I don't know why I have to stick around there to get my tokens. Let's check out the amount of radiance we got here. It's going to be awesome. Actually quite hyped. I think the last arcade run I did not net like anything. It's like 6 or 9 radiance or something. That's what happens when you go down there. Vanaduke is obviously the most profitable mission, etc. that one can do, but I mean, same thing. Maybe if it was a little greener instead of like red fiery death. I'm not sure. 50 more crowns, give me some, boys. Yeah, da, 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 da. Power of friendship. Speaking of friendship, be my friend. Now I can see you, or you can ignore my friend request, even though we just journeyed a perilous fiery death together. And I understand that. 215 radiance, that's better than 9. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, play Catacomb Kids, or at least watch it. And dude, you can play co-op online with that game now. I had no idea until last time I played anyway. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. God bless. Hope you're having a great New Year so far. Later.